We're inside now.
No. You talk about the importance of having the right tool. Okay, ready?
Oh, it's recording.
Is it recording?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay, so 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Hello.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Haribo. Welcome, and may peace be with you and upon you. I was just thinking, if you've ever seen one of these little scratchers, oh my God, having the right tool at the right time, the right place is really amazing. These things you can go down, you can like get the spot.
Oh my God.
You know, oh my God. Oh, we keep these around the house. They're great, especially in the car. Yeah, you get one, yeah. So that's kind of like, you know, the reason why I carry my beads with me at all times. You never know when. There's always a really great opportunity, whether you're, thank you. It's also good, you can extend it, like keep away. It's like having a stick when you're out walking in the morning. Keep the dogs away. Most dogs are friendly though here. But
So what do we have here?
oh, hey, that's a peacock feather from India. And it's really nice. It's a really nice reminder. The sound of the peacock is actually one of my very first memories. And it's quite the, you know, peacock feathers are kind of related to Krishna. And as a child, my mom and dad would took my brother to Greece, and I was left in Germany with my grandparents.
Oh, you weren't in Greece back then?
No, not at 3 or 2. I was 1 year old, I think.
Okay.
So they left me with my Oma and Opa in Germany, and they used to walk me in the Stadtpark. I recently went back to see this place, and it's a beautiful, beautiful park. This guy would travel all around the world, and he put all his money into making this beautiful park for the whole town of Lar. And they had peacocks, and as a kid, I just some of my earliest childhood memories, I was like, yeah. And it's quite, I think it's when I actually first started remembering before this current form, you know, and that's the beautiful thing. There's surrounding ourselves with the paraphernalia of the Transcendental realm is really quite something. It reminds us every day of our true home. So, shall we just do a little Gauranga? Maybe do 4 or 5 Gaurangas just to get centered. Yeah, join us in some Gauranga. Gauranga to the length of the breath. He whose body is more beautiful than molten gold. And I've been meditating on this sound for 26 years, and just such a beautiful sound. It's always been there for me, and I offer it to you and hope that you take it and use it. It soothes the brain, calms the heart, and fills us up with, what's your experience of chanting Gauranga together and by yourself?
It's every time it's a little bit different. But the last time we did it, I felt something really powerful coming down. It's like something is descending and it's coming down, and with each Gauranga it just comes down a little bit more, and I was just waiting, really like, when does it touch the ground, you know? And when is the point where you're totally surrounded by it?
Yeah.
So
it's like you're surrounded by it, but you're also in it, and it's like a bubble, and it's really the comfort of transcendental sound. It's ever fresh. It's always deepening and expanding, and it's true. This practice is a descending method, and you don't have to try so hard. You don't have to climb the mountain. The ascending process, trying to get up.
Oh, I always wanted to do it by myself.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I remember in my 20s and in my 30s, you know, all these courses that are out there, and you take like every path, and you're like, I have to go up. And you try to push everything up, and then you come like up here maybe. Oh, then you're already a master if you're above the 3rd chakra, right? The moment you pass your heart, the moment you pass your 4th chakra, oh, you're in perfect love. Nah, you're not.
What if the truth is a person and can move?
Yeah,
can move away from you or to you, depending on your grace.
Yeah, and you know, they said like, oh, you have to reach the 7th chakra. And I reached it, and then I thought, oh, there's another chakra here. above their head. And you come here and then you're like, and now what? And you're just at the same stage than before. And
or
you
worse.
and then you try to build this channel all the way to the heavens, to the other realms, to the divine, to the void, to feel everything around you, and it just keep climbing up. And it's like,
where you can just sit and let the Supreme Being come to you through his names.
That was just that experience that I had in India at this one kirtan. And we were sitting there and all these people were chanting, and I closed my eyes and I just felt something coming down. And I felt like, this is interesting, what is it? And it just felt coming down. And the moment it touched the ground, they started the bells were going on, and they drummed the drums.
Kartals,
and I thought, how do they know? How did they know? That was the moment it touched the ground.
That's the beauty of kirtan, is everyone, a lot of time everyone's feeling it
and
at the same time.
What is it? What is it? And and now I start feeling it too. When we're chanting, it's coming down. So what is it, Mark? What is coming down? And I don't have to try so hard to get up anymore.
Well,
what is it?
The descending process is really a path of humility and of attempted humility. And for the lower, when you're paying your respects with your head on the ground, everything looks up from there. And it's a much safer practice, and it's also the recommended practice for the sage. God is non-different than his names. His names are transcendental. And a great saint once told me that we don't see God first, we hear him. He comes through our ears. And we don't see him first, we hear him first. We hear about him, about his pastimes, his characteristics, his paraphernalia, his entourage, his forms, his names, his activities, his abodes, his associates, opulent in all opulences, but the six main ones are beauty and wisdom and power, renunciation, wealth, and fame. And if someone's famous, if someone's wealthy or very renounced, very austere, or very wise, or very beautiful, or very famous, they're attractive. And that's why Krishna's name is Krishna. It means he who attracts all. He's all attractive, has all qualities in full. And
I was like humble in the beginning, but now I feel like a little girl jumping around, and I'm like, who's coming? And do you remember when I told you I can't see him? I'm sorry. Okay. I can't see him. I see a lot of strange entities, but I can't see Krishna. But there was one moment last week when I heard him smile. And I got so excited. I was jumping around, like having like we were watching this Grateful Dead documentary, and all these people coming there, and there was just such groupies, and I feel like a groupie sometimes.
Yeah, let's say, be God's groupie. Maybe that could be the title of today's gathering. Is be God's groupie. Get interested in God. Get interested in His glories, His fame.
I feel more like a groupie standing in front of the hotel, waiting for
waiting for the rock god to appear. Yeah.
I know He's there. I feel the presence, but I just wait to see Him pull away the curtain so I can have a glimpse.
It kind of reminds me of Led Zeppelin, and Robert Plant. Like, I'm a Greek god. Like, he was considered a rock and roll god, and actually, his music's gotten even better as he's gotten older, but. He certainly doesn't look like the rock god anymore. He looks really like a really old man. He's beautiful too, but that sort of the temporariness of this world, our bodies get older, they deteriorate, and they dwindle before we leave them. So
Sorry, I'm excited. We were chanting too much.
Yeah. Let's finish tonight with, or today or this morning, wherever you're meeting us from. And we hope to do these more live. It's amazing. There's so much to learn about offering this and doing it live, and then internet, and probably have to get Starlink at some point. We're not entirely sure where we're going to land. So we're just doing this on the road. And we wanted to thank you for being a part of this and joining us. And the home you're looking for can be found in transcendental sound. You just let the power and beauty and renunciation and wisdom and fame and riches descend into you. We have all these things in minute quantities. All these qualities we have in minute quantities. We don't have them in full like Krishna does, like God does. But we're also part and parcel of the Supreme Person. And so we have these just extraordinary, innumerable good qualities in small amounts, but we've kind of covered them up through our different activities and consciousness that's taken us away from that's already within us, that's in you. It's why we struggled with trying to word it. It's not like we're evolving in our spiritual life. It's more like we're uncovering our natural. That's the difference, I think. There's lots of differences between the ascending.
Unfolding.
Yeah, unfolding, and also uncovering. Like, there's the main difference between the ascending process. You have to work so hard. I lived in so many different places where we had different practices where really, really, really challenging, and the results weren't even a fraction of what I've been able to experience through the descending process of simply hearing and repeating God's names, and through other processes in sadhana bhakti, in the practice of bhakti yoga, which scripture and spiritual masters say is the topmost yoga system. It can be difficult to accept this if we've heard a lot of other stuff, but it's beautiful. Eventually I came to it as well, and I'm so grateful for that. Just grateful for you to spend time together in this subject matter and living our lives, and trying to live our lives in this practice.
Yeah, I must admit, I had some experiences many, many, many years ago, and I was quite judgmental. And it took me a while, and I had a lot of prejudice. But if you feel the same, just try to let go of it for a couple minutes and
suspend your disbelief. Like when you're you're watching a movie and you're supposed to suspend your disbelief. Yeah. It's a little different.
And I always thought I have to fight for it. I have to work really hard. I have to deserve it. I have to spend all these hours at night programming myself to wake up to try again, And I couldn't allow myself that it can be so easy.
Yeah, that's if you're tired, if you're spending a lot of money on all kinds of far out things, talking with lamas, I lived at a lot of different centers, and boy, people would spend an awful lot of money on a lot of crazy stuff, and it was just ridiculous. The more ridiculous, the more money they would charge.
Yeah.
So just be careful out there, it's often the simple, elegant, timeless things that really work. And
what was it? Who said it has to be as easy that a child needs to understand it?
I think Christ said that the spiritual understanding is able to understand. Is able to understand it. It's not so complicated, but we like to make it complicated.
So try something easy.
Yeah.
Just for once.
I can tell you, it's a really
you might be surprised.
Yeah, it's such a nice feeling when you humility and grace and getting back to basic things that really matter. I think more than ever, that's what everyone's looking for: shelter. Everyone's looking for love. Everyone's looking for a friend. And Krishna's the supreme friend and controller and owner of everything and everyone. So let's do a couple Gaurangas, and then it's getting past 15 minutes. So, we're here to just tell us, we're trying our best just to tell stories. We want to tell more stories and do some meditation together on this process back home, back to Godhead.
Maybe we should separate the meditations and make the meditations an extra video.
Well, let's just do 3 Gaurangas and 7
Okay.
lines. So.
I'm already excited. Sorry.
So we'll see you tomorrow. It's always, I could do that for hours. It's so nice. We've been celebrating Lord Chaitanya's appearance day yesterday.
Yeah, there was a lot of chanting today, so.
So.
Chant means we groupie today.
No, hopefully not my groupie.
No.
Yeah, we all want to be God's groupie.
I'm your wife, but I'm a groupie of somebody else.
Yeah, that's the basic thing. Oh, we can go into that. It's one thing that as a husband I'm not jealous of. It's the more attached she gets to God, I'm happy for. Yeah. So thanks for coming today. We wish for you peace and freedom and joy through love, surrender, and devotion. And I do know it's been said that devotion will elevate a person. Whatever you're doing, especially if it's a good thing and good for others, good now, good later, good for you, good for others, is that devotion to that will lead to elevation. And so,
peace be with you.
Peace be with you. Namaste and Haribol.
Namaste.
You gonna click it?
I'm gonna click it.
Click it!